Spoiler at the very beginning of this video, I really like this car. I didn't expect to. When Camille sent me this message asking me do I want to test drive a Model 3 Performance, I thought, it's going to be like most electric cars I've driven. It's going to be like other Teslas I've driven. And it's going to be alright. It's going to be fast in a straight line, but it's not going to do it for me. I am pleasantly surprised. So today, we're going to take this car on a little town drive to see what it's like every day. We're going to take it on the motorway and see what it's like to cover distance. We're going to take it on some back roads and on a spirited drive, bury the pedal into the floor and see what the steering feels like and see how the brakes hold up and see if it delivers on that performance moniker. I'll give you a walk around of the exterior, show you all the bits on it, and then we'll also do a little walk around on the interior. My name's Mick Drives Cars, and you're watching Carwow, or a sponsored segment from Carwow. Now, before I dive into this integration, I want all of you guys to go down in the comments and type at Carwow, give Mick cars. I'm trying to get Carwow to allow me use of their fleet so I can make more review videos like this. So drop that comment down there now. Now, if you want a nice car like this or any other, the best way to acquire one is via Carwow. Carwow will help you get a deal on a brand new car, but they can also help you sell your existing car no matter what type of finance you currently have on it. They have a network of 5,500 dealers across the UK that will bid on your current car and they will help you clear that finance and move into a new car. Carwow are the leading car change platform on the internet. Let's have a quick look at how the Carwow website process works. So you put in the reg of your car, that's the one, Tesla Model 3 Performance, and let's have a look at the valuation. £15,460. I mean, it's that simple. That took me start to finish a minute. If you want to change your car, make sure you use this service. So thank you, Carwow, for supporting the channel and helping me make more of these videos. Model 3 Performance, that means 470 horsepower in the UK. I think the Americas have a bit more power, but it's one of the faster electric cars you can get. You can see down here the size of the brakes. I mean, these are big Johnnies. You also got 20-inch wheels with 235 tires all round, which is a bit smaller than I expected for so much power, but actually it puts it down. Because it's a performance, it's got the lovely little carbon spoiler with a little panel gap, as all Teslas do. Do you know what? The panel gaps on this car aren't that bad. You can see this gap is a bit smaller than this one, and this one is a bit bigger than this one. But to be honest, unless you're really nitpicking, you wouldn't notice that. Let me give you a look on the inside. It is a lovely, lovely place to sit. One of the reasons people like these cars is because of the way they look. This wood finish is really nice. This big tablet screen, yes, you don't have a binnacle here to tell you your speed and everything, but it's right here. It's not that far from where it would normally be. And the materials are actually really nice. These seats are super comfy and relaxing. Yeah, some of the plastics maybe are not the highest quality, but you've got what looks like a little Alcantara here. People would lead you to believe that Tesla's like worst built pieces of trash you would ever find, but actually they're not bad. They're quite nice. This screen is lovely. You've got 1,000,001 options. It looks like an Android tablet. Let's have a look at the rear seat provisions. This is with the seat set to my driving position at just under 6 foot. It's okay. You know, it's not amazing. It's very airy in here with the sunroof. It's a nice traveling position. You also sat much higher than the front passengers, so you can kind of just look over them out the windshield, which I do really like. I think that's a very good design move. This sloping headline doesn't really bother me. It's a good distance from my head, but maybe this little bit here. But then again, I'm a fairly tall dude. I'm not very comfortable in most rear seats. I think it's also worth talking about what Tesla means to people. This was one of the first cars to make electric cars popular. I've always had a problem with electric cars. They don't stir my soul in the way that an internal combustion engine car that sucks in air, makes explosions and emits them out the back of the car stirs my soul. But I think we've got to be realistic about the fact that this is the way the future is going. You know, we've got to save the planet. We do. We genuinely do. It's going to go to shit. We're not going to have green grass. We're not going to be able to grow food. If you've watched Interstellar, that's a very real reality in 100 years. Look at the weather out here, it's absolutely wonderful, but that's a problem because this is the UK, it shouldn't be this nice. So is this the solution? It's debatable. I mean, it's a whole political debate about whether this is the way we should go or not, and I don't even know where I stand on the issue, much less try and make a whole point about this in this video. But as a petrol head or a car person, we need fun, enjoyable electric cars for the future. In 25 or 30 years, you might not be able to drive around your normal internal combustion car on the road, much less buy one. But the question is, does the Model 3 Performance do enough to actually satisfy a petrol head? I guess we'll find out. Alright then, let's jump in the car and take it out on the road. People always talk about a lovely place to be. And normally I associate that with like really nice interior materials and just having a very aesthetically pleasing place to sit, maybe comfortable seats. But this has something else. I think it's this Tesla drivetrain. It's the way the pedals interact with me moving. Other automatic and even electric cars that I've driven, they haven't thought about little things like bringing me to a stop beautifully gently. I've only now touched the brakes once I'm already at a perfect stop. That's just so nice. That makes the car a nice place to be. It makes traveling distances wonderful. Whereas most cars you drive nowadays, especially most normal cars, we've got two Kia Sportages here. If you drive those, they just drive like RAF. They haven't put any effort into making the car drive well. A Vauxhall Crossland or Grandland, they've put zero effort into making it drive well. All they've done is they've slapped the cheapest parts together, they've made it look fairly nice, and they've put a £30,000 sticker on it, and there you go, you have a crossover SUV. It actually feels like Tesla have put effort here into making a good car for everyday driving. Now, we'll get into some spirited driving and some motorway driving later in the video, and we'll find out what the situation is there. But I have a feeling it's going to be better than I expected already from this quick little jaunt around town. You do feel like you're sat very high up. You guys saw the walk around the car. You'll notice it looks like a fairly low, fairly sporty car from the exterior proportions. But actually, sat in here, it feels like a crossover. The seat's as low as it will go, but I feel like I'm sat head height with the people sitting in their SUVs and the crossovers. It's a very tall, commanding driving position. I'm going to make a whole video about this when I get my hands on a good SUV, but I do get why people like to sit up like this. Obviously, it's easier to get in and out of the car and all that stuff. When you sit up like this and you can see above other cars, just feels nice. It adds further to that feeling of a nice place to be. Model 3 Performance, motorway on-ramp. Let's see what it does. Yo! That torque is fantastic. Do you know what? You don't even get that in like internal combustion cars where you can just whoop and you're wherever you want to be. There's also something to be said about it's just so quiet in here. I can just imagine myself traveling hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles like this. I've got autopilot on, it's following the car in front of me to 5 car lengths, which is my preferred distance, and we're just cruising. I don't have to worry about messing with my speed, I don't even have to steer for myself. It does want the weight of my hands on the steering wheel, but everything else is just taken care of. It's absolutely lovely. The cars in front of me are braking. I'm not going to brake. The car's going to brake. I don't have to worry about that. I just let everyone do what they want to do. I stay in the left lane, and the car will drive itself for me. It's absolutely fantastic. My phone fell out my pocket. This car ejected my phone straight out of my trouser pocket. Fantastic. I've never driven an electric car of this caliber in anger, and you can really feel in the middle of a corner that the weight is so low down in the car. I don't know if that's to do with the suspension and the lack of body roll, but immediately in the first corner there, I could feel that hunkered downness. Let me try and feel it again here. It doesn't roll like this. It rolls like it's very strange feeling. It feels a touch heavy, but that weight is very low down in the center of the car. Really cool, actually. national speed limit? Should we have a bit more full throttle action? Fuck me. God, that you don't want to stop doing that. That's quite addictive. The suspension tuning has also had some work, like it flows with the road. This is more fun than I thought it was gonna be. And the seating position is throwing me a bit because I feel like I'm driving a van quite quickly, but the performance is there. Yeah, the suspension is a lot softer than you might expect, and it actually helps the car like pitch into the corner and bite and find grip. Really nice. The brake pedals rock hard. This is good. This is like actually good. I really didn't expect this. The car's obviously big, so just like my M2 did, it takes up a lot of the road. So you can't really pick your lane like you could, but I mean, you're driving a Model 3, you expect that. It's a modern, big car. I'm just slowing down to get some space so I can continue enjoying this car. And if anybody comes in that rear view mirror, I can be doing 60 before the start of that corner. It's phenomenal. Look, I'll prove it. Almost. Let's throw it into this one a bit harder. Oh. Yeah, you can just feel that was getting towards the edge of the grip on the fronts, I think. Oh, yes. God, fuck me, the acceleration is stupid. Right, I'm going to calm down now. Oh, yes. I'm driving this like an absolute yobbo. I'm going to calm down now. God, that is so fun. I'm shocked at the quality of the steering. The steering feels good. Why can't other people make steering racks like this? This is better steering than a BMW M2. That's ridiculous to say. You know, I cannot think of another car that's modern, like less than 5 or so years old, that has better steering than this car that I've driven. This is actually fantastic. It weighs up in the corner. You don't get any texture. It's not telling me what the road surface is doing, but no electric rack has ever done that. But it weighs up in the corner. You can feel that the tires are doing some work. That's actually fantastic. I'm really impressed with that, genuinely. One of the other coolest things about a Tesla is that the overtaking ability is beyond ridiculous. You just look and squeeze and go. It's very, very easy. I did a video about overtaking where I was talking about 500 horsepower overtake spots. Tesla overtake spots are very different to internal combustion overtake spots. You do not need much space in these cars. This car has this weird thing it does where it like through a corner it grips and re-grips, and as it's doing that the steering is weighing up and like it comes in these waves as the tires kind of biting into the tarmac. But it's telling me that through the rack. This is one of my favorite roads. I would take my M2 down this road all the time at speeds that I cannot justify on YouTube, and it never spoke to me like that. I am honestly shocked at how good this rack is. It's fantastic. And the rest of the car is great. Like, the power's phenomenal, obviously, that goes without saying. There is definitely a difference in the steering rack between a standard Model 3 and a Model 3 Performance. I don't know if it's the tuning, I don't know if it's the slight drop in suspension that Tesla have given the Performance, I don't know what it is, but I've driven other Tesla and they do not drive like this. This steering rack is absolutely lovely. It's the one part of it I can't get over. I really like this car. I did not think I would say that. I want to give an absolutely huge shout out to Cam that sat next to me. This is his Tesla Model 3 Performance that he's given me for use for this video. I really greatly appreciate that. I cannot make these videos without people supporting me in this way. So thank you, Cam. Cam actually has his own YouTube channel featuring this car where he does POV videos very similar to the ones that I do. And he is actually a blue light trained ex-police officer. So if you want to see some videos from someone that really knows what they're talking about when it comes to advanced driving, go and check out Cam's channel. Thank you, Cam.
Thank you very much.